Welcome to this episode, the first of a special two-part journey. We are taking you on a trip to the sacred Ko Yazan. We are now on the Nankai Electric Railway, heading to the Gokurakubashi station. From there, we'll transfer to a cable car that will take us up to Ko Yazan. As we arrive at Koyasan, evening begins to set in. We head straight to Ichijo-in, where we'll be staying tonight. Like many temples here, Ichijo-in offers tsukubo, traditional temple lodging for both pilgrims and travelers. After dropping off our luggage, we find that the temple staff have already prepared a beautiful spread of sojin ryori for us. After dinner, we take a quiet look at the temple's garden through the glass. The light softly illuminates the snow outside. It feels serene and quietly beautiful. Every morning at 6:20, the temple bell rings. Then at 6:30, the morning service begins. Today our first stop is Daimon, the traditional entrance to Ko Yazan. Those who hike or drive up to Ko Yazan usually pass by Daimon. The Daimon we see today was built during the Edo period. Flanking the gate on both sides are the statues of neo-guardians. They are the protectors of Buddhist teachings and ward off evil spirits. The traditional pilgrimage route to Ko Yazan is the Koyasan-cho Ishimichi. It starts at Jisonin in Kudoyama and ends at Danjo Galan. Because the path was snowy and slippery, we took the cable car up the other day. Next to Daimon is the entrance to the Nyonin Michi, the women's path. Women were not allowed to enter Ko Yazan until Meiji period. Monks built women's halls on the outskirts of Ko Yazan. Connecting daimons to these halls are the women's path. When the ban on women was lifted, the 6 women halls gradually fell into disuse, and today only one remains. The next place we're heading to is Danjo Galan. Danjo can be understood as the altar up above, while Galan refers to a cluster of Buddhist temples. The full name can be understood as a sacred Buddhist training ground above the mundane world. This is Shumon, or Middle Gate, the entrance to the Danjo Galan temple complex. The original gate was destroyed in a fire during the Edo period. It wasn't rebuilt until 2015 to mark the 1200th anniversary of Ko Yazan's founding. Beyond the Chumon stands the Kondo, or main hall, the first major hall of the Danjo Galan complex. It is used for important Buddhist ceremonies and rituals. To understand this place, we need to go back to its beginnings. In 816, Mount Koya received this land from the emperor to found a training center for esoteric Buddhism. Later, this area became the main center of practice for the Shingon sect. Behind the condor stands the Kobo Daito, the fundamental Great Pagoda. This structure rises to a height of 48.5 meters, built in the style of a tahodo, or multiple treasure pagoda. It features a square base, a circular body, and crowned with a traditional solemn. At the center of the pagoda sits Dainichi Nyorai, who is surrounded by the 4 directional Buddhas and images of the 16 Bodhisattvas. This arrangement simultaneously reflects the characteristic of the Daimon realm and womb realm mandalas, forming a 3-dimensional mandala. We just visited Danjo Galan, the main site of practice in the Shingon sect. Now we are heading to Kongobu-ji, the administrative center of Ko Yazan. The Daimon is the oldest structure in Kongobuji. On the left lantern is the temple crest of Seiganji, one of the 2 temples that formed Kongobu-ji. On the right is the crest of Nibuju Hime Shrine, the guardian of Ko Yazan. Kongobuji has strong ties to the Toyotomi family. One of the temples merged to form Kongobuji was built by Toyotomi Hideyoshi to commemorate his mother. Shortly thereafter, his nephew Hidejuku, once named successor, was accused of plotting a rebellion and exiled here. He was then forced to commit seppuku. The room where he died, the Yanagi no Ma, still remains. After a brief tour of Kongobuji, we head to our today's final destination, Okunoin. Opposite the Mani-Hoto is an Inari Shrine. It wasn't on our plan, but we stopped by out of curiosity. In Japan, it's common to follow both Buddhism and Shintoism. That's why shrines can be found throughout Ko Yazan, even though within Danjo Galan. This one, for example, is an Inari Shrine, associated with agriculture, business success, and prosperity. Right next to the entrance of Okunoin, we came across this majestic site, Sojo Shinin. It holds the status of a special head temple, as it once received the patronage of a legendary daimon, Uesugi Kenshin. Okunoin is the largest Buddhist cemetery in Japan, with over 200,000 monuments. After Kongobu-ji entered eternal meditation here in 835, it began attracting countless devotees, including descendants of nobles and samurai, many of whom established memorials here, hoping to receive Kongobu-ji's blessings. This memorial is one such example, established by Shimazu Yoshihiro, dedicated to the casualties of 2 battles he led, in honor of those who died in the battlefield. The memorials dedicated to Sengoku warlords on Koyasan are all symbolic, not actual burial sites. One example is Takeda Shingen, who died in 1573. His official tomb is located in Elinji. We are now at the second bridge, Nakanohashi, just one more to go before reaching the very center of Okunoin. Beyond the Tamagawa lies the Gobyo, where Kongobu-ji is believed to have entered eternal meditation. He is still considered to be alive today. Therefore, every morning at 6 and 10:30, monks perform Shojinku, the ritual of offering meals, a tradition that has continued for nearly 1,200 years. After crossing the Gobyo Bridge, we came across the grand tombstones of Toyotomi family and the modest grave of Oda Nobunaga. It reminds us that the Toyotomi maintained a relatively good relationship with the Buddhist world, while Nobunaga was known for his violent suppression of the Buddhist institutions. We couldn't help but feel that this contrast is reflected in their memorials, a grand family grave for the Toyotomi, and a small humble stupa for Nobunaga. On our way out of the Okunoin, we come across the Muen-zuka, a tiered memorial stupa. It is dedicated to the Muen, those who died without family or connections. Many were victims of war, disaster, or lived on the edge of society. These misfortunes often occurred far from Ko Yazan, so no remains are buried here. But monks continue to offer prayers for their souls. Just like that, we end our first day in Ko Yazan with Okunoin. Ko Yazan has a quiet, solemn atmosphere that reflects its deep Buddhist roots. At Danjo Galan, we saw how Kongobu-ji and his successors transformed this remote ridge into a center of Shingon practice. Okunoin, on the other hand, feels like a silent witness to Japan's history. Its path lined with the names of warriors and daimyō. However mighty they once were, they all return to the soil. It leaves us a quiet reverence for life and what lies beyond.